You know, I had to sit up there because I was arguing with some people last night and then some additional folks this morning because I'm going to tell you a little secret about me covering the NBA for as long as I have and covering sports for as long as I have. I'm about brothers getting paid. I'm unapologetic about that. As much as I have had to talk about sports figures, particularly athletes, not just coaches, obviously, and executives, but athletes primarily, and what have you. If you've noticed and you've paid attention, Kendrick Perkins, most of the talking, 99% of the time, damn it, if not 100% of the time, I talk about dudes after they got their money because I want them to get paid. I want them to get paid. We understand the society that we're living in. We understand the challenges that we face, particularly as a black community. We understand a lot of stuff that's going on, okay? We get all of that. And I want brothers to get paid. But I also want to send a message that we're about earning our money. We're about going out there and putting in that work and making sure that you understand we're going to show up. You understand? And I looked at Kyrie Irving and I looked at Kevin Durant last night. And I know that Kevin Durant is a hooper all day, every day. He don't give a damn. He want to play, he want to play, he want to play. And I get all of that. Did you see any pain, particularly from Kyrie Irving, Kendrick Perkins? Did you see anything that said, you know what, it really, really hurts? We just got swept. I mean, this is pretty bad. This really, really stinks. Oh, no. He was smiling on the basketball court. You know, hugging and singing Kumbaya to his former teammates in Boston and all of this other stuff. He was hugging, he was smiling. He goes up to the press conference. He's cool, he's suave. Because you know what? You got the offseason. Guess what? Kyrie Irving's got time off. Lo and behold, I mean, surprise, surprise, surprise. There's additional time off for Kyrie Irving. He don't have to work in the May. It ain't even May yet. He don't have to work in the May. He damn sure don't have to work in the June. So now he's got off May, June, July, August, September, and he's got to show up to work 6 months later, all right? 6 months later in October. And that's after having about 50 games off this year, okay? This is what the problem is. And I look at Kyrie Irving, and what appalls me is that I have to sit up here and talk about a brother's money as if he doesn't deserve it. So I want to make sure that I'm clear with what I'm about to say to the American people out there and beyond, because we're seeing in China and other places throughout this world. Let me say this. As I've said before, Kyrie Irving is worth the money. The brother is box office. And when I say to you, I would never give him a long-term deal, I'm not implying that I wouldn't give him the money. What I'm saying is it would be an opt-out after every year if I could pull it off. You got to show up to work. Because that is at the heart of all of this. Kendrick Perkins, if Kyrie Irving was there throughout this season, do the Nets get swept in this series? I don't think so. I think everybody knows the answer to that question is no. There might be a better chance for them to win the series. I still thought they were going to win the series. There's no way in hell they get swept if they're an actual team. The problem is they're not. And when you've got a guy like Kevin Durant, who is the franchise player, we know what's inhibiting Joe Tsai, the owner. We know what's inhibiting Sean Marks, the general manager. They want to do one thing, but they know KD might be against it. You can't alienate that, brother. So he's got the franchise strapped. That is why Kyrie would utter that nonsensical drivel out of his mouth. We gonna manage. We gonna manage. Like you should be, like you're worthy of being in the room when they're planning the future of this organization. Don't you need to show up to work first? Don't you need to be a reliable commodity that they look at and they say, okay, we know this brother's going to be there? Because guess what? The Brooklyn Nets have to manage their way around the possibility that Kyrie Irving might not be available. It is shameful. It's embarrassing. It's really disheartening that it's in this situation. And what's most disheartening is that you have people out there in the NBA and outside the NBA, like that fan base in Brooklyn and what have you, that would support the inactivity of Kyrie Irving.
Perk, before you jump in here, though, Stephen A., I don't want to conflate two issues, though. Kevin Durant did look hurt. I thought he handled that press conference perfectly. I don't think he could have said anything better.
No. What I'm saying is, that's why I came, if you remember, I said KD and Kyrie, and then I said Kyrie didn't look like it fazed him at all. Kevin Durant, here's the problem. Kevin Durant does care. I would never accuse him of such a thing. But you got to care enough to hold them accountable. And guess what? You can sit up there and say all the right things, but then if you go into the office and you tell Marks and you tell Josiah and them, I don't give a damn what you want, I want Kyrie Irving here, then you're handcuffing the franchise.
Go ahead, Greg.
Miley, Stephen A.